Friends. Doc South here saying hey, and gosh, rainy Sunday. Yeah. And I yesterday I was up at the I was heading up to see if I was going to be doing the Wanderers cruise night, their new one at Jumbo Land. There was there was a hint of rain possibly coming, so I didn't know one way or the other if I was going to get her in or not. And of course, in true, with my luck held true, about two-thirds of the way up to Jumbo Land, I noticed, there all of a sudden on the windshield, a little bit of rain. It got harder and harder the more north I went, and I said, "Oh, for crying out loud!" Anyway, so I made a little bit of a bypass. I thought, I ought to see if anyone's at the Chatterbox, cleaning up. It's been closed now for, I guess, a few days. And I thought, I better go see. There was two or three things, two things I wanted to get. One, of course, was this, old Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle used to sit on my mic boom at my control booth, when I DJ there. And then also there was this photo of I believe this is Roscoe. I think Roscoe the Basset Hound, right? From I could be wrong on that. From Dukes of Hazzard, and and I used to being old, I'd have to run into the restroom before I DJ my DJ my run my gig. God, and my songs are too short. So, when I came out of the bathroom, I'd pass this photo, and I'd always rub. I think it's Roscoe. I'd rub that for his nose for good luck. Well, yeah, people don't realize it's good luck to rub a basset hound's nose. Yeah, and they don't mind as long as you do it gently. And so there. So I thought I'd drop in and get those items before I perhaps couldn't get there. And there Don was in there, and a few of the young folks. I'd forgotten they were getting ready for the I guess, lack of a better word, the cast party. All the young folks that work there were invited to a party that evening, that Saturday night. I'd forgotten about it. And I said, doggone. So I dropped in and said hello, got the items. And, after talking a little small talk, I headed, I wished them well for the party. And I headed up to Jumbo Land, the new spot. And sure enough, it was rained out. The rain was coming down in buckets. my luck, yeah. And I noticed, oh, gee, some of the wanderers were there. And so I sat down and, I had a hamburger with them. Seems like a pretty good place. I don't know. I think folks are going to like it. And so I sat there and chatted. And when I was done, I said, I better let me just run by the Chatterbox. If nothing else, I want to see if they had gotten a crowd of young folks. The past workers, and indeed, oh my gosh, the parking lot was full. It looked like a typical Saturday night. I, I, I turned around. I had driven past the place, before I realized, hey, they're having the party. I ought to go. So I turned around and went in. Yeah, pulled into the lot, found myself a spot. Wasn't too easy. There was most of the spots were taken. I mean, there's a lot of people there. I go walking in, and gee, yeah, there they are. Yep, the kids were everywhere. Of course, a lot of them aren't kids now. If they started 15 years ago when the place opened, 15 or 16 years ago, gosh, they could be in their low 30s now. And darn though, they were all dressed up, looking good. And I was, I was greeted so many handshakes and stuff. Some of them I remembered, some I sort of remembered. It was pretty cool. They were all just so tickled to see me, and the feeling was mutual. I was, and I kind of walked around. I'd already eaten, so I wasn't really looking for any food. Good thing because they ate most of it, which was fine. It's to be expected. And but gosh, the cooking staff was there. Chef Reyes and a few of his people. Of course, again, young folks who I may have forgotten their names, but I remembered their faces from so long ago now, and it's pretty cool to see them. There was, oh gosh, well, Joey. We did a video of him on my YouTube thing. Oh gosh, it was darn near back earlier this year, just before he headed off to Nashville. I saw Joey. I said, "How you doing, Joey? You getting her done down there in Nashville?" And he said, "Yeah." He says, "Doc, not doing bad. We're getting there." He says, "Doing a lot of gigs, paying my dues." There was, oh gosh, there was. Oh, so, well, some of the kids that had been in the military were there, I believe. I seem to remember seeing a few. Some who went off to become nurses. There's one fellow I believe couldn't make it, Bob. I believe he was working on a research project, and well, he was just too far away to get back. There, it was amazing, just absolutely amazing. Even young fellow who's become a pilot. Yeah, he's not quite to the airlines yet, but he's soon. He's actually a captain on the plane he does fly. I guess it must be a transport plane. I'm assuming. And he's got his captain bars on his shoulder. Doggone! I remember when he'd be pouring people their coffee and stuff. Now he's doggone it being a captain. Yeesh. It's amazing. It was so amazing to me. The list could go on. So many of those young folks there, some of them are in sales, some of them are well placed in companies. They're doing well. The thing is they're doing well. And I was so tickled to see them. They all got up for on that big podium, in the center of the Chatterbox for a group photo. I was off to one side. I don't know if you'll even see me in the photo if you get to see it, but it was a good 150 kids, maybe more, and I was just I stood back as they're doing the photo, and I'm remembering things like there's the one fella who some customer for one reason or another took their braces out to eat the meal, bridge work or something, and walked off without them. They came running back in, and my God, I don't know where my braces are. Do you guys? Yeah, they were so expensive. That fella went and dug in the garbage in the dishwashing room and found the braces and all that stuff and brought them out to the person. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. He did. Doggone her. I remember said one day when the dishwashing machine broke, and that's lethal in a restaurant. Most places they say, close the doors, we're done. That group that was there that day just got together and said, okay, when you're not doing a table, wash some dishes. And then someone will spell you so you can get to your people. They'll do dishes. And, they kept the place open. They kept her running. That's amazing to me that they would do that. I remember a bunch of bikers pulled up and parked their bikes one summer's day. There's quite a few of them, and they parked in the car hop area, and the poor girl running the car hop area. Well, she didn't know what to do. Gosh, all of a sudden there they are, and she was all worried, and very young girl. I don't blame her. She could be pretty darn scared. Well, Evan, who is now married to Maria, and of course they met at the Chatterbox, fell in love. Now they got twin girls. Evan walked out there, and he was the manager that day, and he spoke to the bikers, and he did it in such a way, there was no riot. They turned out to be pretty nice guys, but you don't know that as you're walking up to them, and they apologized and moved their bikes to another spot, and no harm done, no harm done. But it was taken care of. Doggone it, and it's as the as the photo was taken and the kids were coming off the podium, that big center podium in the Chatterbox, I just kind of walked up over the podium and I saw Don and I said, Don, look at all these kids. Look at all these kids. It's like they're doing so much. They've left the Chatterbox and they're going off into the world. It's like it sounds sort of crazy to say, but it's like you made this. It's like you created this stir fry of humanity. These kids are all doing different things, but they're all doing it well, and it's partly thanks to you. You get right down to it. You really trained these kids well. And he said, Doc, I think that was my real job here. He says, I think it was. It seemed like it was a revelation to Don. And I said, I, I, I think it was. I think it was. You created like this sea of humanity, and the country's better off for it. The profits are up. The profits are up, and it's just amazing how you did. And well, I don't know. We both kind of just shook our heads. Yeah, it worked out pretty good. I said about the only mistake you made was the DJ, but other than that, you were. Yeah, I think you basically batted 100 here. He said, yeah, I think so. And that was it, friends. Anyway, I'll see you later. I see Millie. If you notice the door behind me opening, that means Millie the hound wants to go out. That or she wants to see this. She wants to look at this photo again and lick it or sniff it. Anyway, I'll see you later. Thank you now, and bye-bye.